Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! We got Leaf here today. Got a letter from Diva. Wow, Butterbean. Come on, say it. Your gift was so good that I get a little misty over it. You must have done something right in life to have a friend like you. It means so much to me that I got you this in return. See you around, Diva. Aww. I'm gonna check Tutu's letter in a second. What did Diva get us? She didn't need to get us anything. A Pharaoh's outfit. You know what? Why not? And a letter from Tutu. I have problems, Steven! Yesterday I was thinking about ways I could boost my pop star profile, but I couldn't come up with anything. I mean, practicing, dancing, learning to sing, whatever. None of it makes me famous now. Oh, I understand what she's saying. Okay. So, see, the trick is, there is no way to become famous right now. You gotta plan for the future. Which kind of goes against something that I do myself a lot, which is try to just ignore the future and focus on the right now. But, you know. Hey, Steven, honey. Wanna chat? Struggling to come up with a last-minute dinner plan, honey. Well, that sounds like a pretty good dinner plan. You know. You are a bear. Just have some honey. How are you, Tall Nut? Let's chat. I'm about midway through Gyroids 2.0. Such a great book. It's very fair. Nice running into you, Snorty. Let's talk. Like today, our best day ever. Certainly trying. Serrano's trying to burn the island down. Though I think the fire bans have passed, so I'll allow it. I haven't checked for a while, but pretty sure they've passed. They might still be in effect, though. She put it up as decoration. Why? Got a groove going now. Starting the Rock Queen. What you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Check it out. I'm making a spooky tower. DIY stuff takes some major elbow grease. I could go all in on it. There's a whirl, making a spooky tower, I mean. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let me say that. Alright, here's the recipe. Go steady up. Will do. Oh, check the recipe. You got your hands on a few pumpkins. Maybe you could try growing some. I got some growing. I'm way ahead of you. I'm gonna learn this recipe. Can now make a spooky tower. Do you like me a good spooky tower? And here I was really hoping that I'd see Diva wearing the sweater because it looks super cute on her. But instead, she's using it as home decoration. Why am I not surprised? Diva seems to love trolling us, and you know, I would never do any other way. I don't overly know what to ramble about today. Because, like, I haven't done a huge amount. And, like, yeah. Like, mostly all I've done today is I've texted a friend. Of which, like, it's one of those things, I mentioned to her, and, like, I'll mention here, like, I've reached a point in my life, at this point, where it's, like, at least 2 or 3 times a week, I have basically the thought of, like, I've kind of already missed out on life, so I'm just kind of coasting along. Because, like, I kind of have. Like, next year I will be 30. And this is where I am. You know. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not getting nowhere. It's just kind of how my life's gonna be. And I've just kind of accepted it. Because, like, sure, I could, you know, cling on to that hope for myself, but I'd rather put that energy into hoping for others, you know. Because, like, there's still hope for other people. The funny thing is, and I know this is entirely a mentality thing, and like, I know, some of you may have paused and commented, I know, but, like, it's like, oh, so-and-so found love or got their life together past this point. It's like, yeah, I'm aware. I'm very aware of this. But, like, I'm not them. So... Yep, there goes my shovel. That butterfly. It broke my shovel. Evil butterfly. But like... You could literally come to me if you were like 40, 50, and be like, man, I haven't, and I'd be like, you still got time, you can still do it. It's just myself I've given up on. Which, right or wrong, is how my brain works. I can't force my brain to not, be the way it is. It's just how I be. Stuck in this tree. I'll be back for that jack-o'-lantern scarecrow. And like, I do apologize for getting on kind of a depressing topic, but I also know there's a fair few of you who have commented that like, you like how just kind of open and real I am, and like, yeah, it's because I don't really mind talking about this stuff. Like, if me rambling about things can help somebody else find like the motivation they need to get out of a rut, then great. Oh, did you have plans to hang out with Pinky? Hope I'm not interrupting. I'm just checking in on her. What's the latest, my man? She looks real chill right now. Maybe because we're here. Maybe. Thanks for coming over. Another one of my friends is here. This is so cool. Let's talk. Probably a great chance to get to know Simon a little better. I already know him pretty well. He's a pretty chill dude, likes food. He's got bugs in his floor. Talk to him. I've never seen those bugs, though. A little concerning that we've never seen those bugs, but they talk to him all the time. It's only a little concerning. Only a little. But like, I do get it. That like, I shouldn't give up. And I kinda haven't, but kinda have. Like, it's more mentality thing. Like, I've explained before, I've always kind of been like hopeless romantic type. And like, figured by 20 I would be married and, already on a good career, like, living the dream. And I'm now almost 30. Almost 30, single, unemployed, And like, there's so many things I could do, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's hard to get past that lack of motivation, especially knowing that I can't do a lot of these things alone. Like, I have so many ideas for game development, like different games to make. I know a lot about game development. I cannot do artwork. I just am not an artist. I can draw, I draw from time to time, but I'm not an artist. I'm just not good at it. And it's not something I thoroughly enjoy doing. I want to do it more, because I want to get better at it, because I want to get better at everything that I can do. But, like, it's not a primary focus kind of thing. Like, I can have fun doing it occasionally, but not consistently, and definitely not enough to actually make a game. And, I could go the Thomas Was Alone route, and just geometric shapes. There we go, there's the artwork. But I feel like that only worked for Thomas Was Alone because the writing of that game was so spectacular that you could envision what each of those various geometric shapes actually looked like. I'm not that good of a writer. I haven't seriously written since I was in grade 9. For the first time. Which was a long time ago. Duskwalker, stay as long as you like. Latest. When it comes to looking rad, nothing can beat my wooden stools. When it comes to being comfy to sit on, not so much Nightshade. Aw, I kind of like wooden stools. Maybe I just got a cushiony butt. I don't know. You've got some pretty thick thighs going on. They're like pure muscle. Boy, that's about it. I don't know how to rate my butt. Well, no. I know how to rate my butt. And it's kind of funny of like a meme I saw. At least an attempt at a meme I saw earlier today. I'd have a nice butt in the 50s. These days, nah, I'm almost flat. But like, in the 50s, I have a pretty nice butt. But yeah. Also, I feel I should note, I am going to be reapplying to the place at a different position, but I got the store I was applying to, I just wasn't cut out to be their evening personal shopper. If they still have the day position open, I'll probably apply for that. See if I can get that one. Probably not, but don't get my hopes up with jobs. I honestly just figured it might be more certain because of where I was applying. Having a total blast, Twinkles. Kinda. Let's chat. The amazing discoveries I have on my walks, like cute flowers and places to hide things. Yeah, like right here would be a pretty good place to hide something. I mean, I could probably drop something right here and never find it again. So, you know, pretty nice place to hide things. But yeah. Like, I've applied to so many jobs. I don't get my hopes up for them anymore. I just don't. There's no point. Why would I get my hopes up for rejection? Like, at least they were kind enough to tell me and not leave me wondering. But like, yeah. Alright, what we got? I may not change, because, like, literally wearing something Diva gave me, but that looks like a Halloween outfit. So I might change. I mean, we got baby chick costume. The elegant dress. Nah, it's just a mage's dress. It does look very Halloween, though. Like, this one looks very pumpkin-y. I might get this. Oh, man. It says DJ, but we all know this is a streamer cap. I don't wear ball caps, so it's just not gonna happen. I don't do ball caps. Could do flowers. Nah, that just doesn't work. Ah, yes. No. Yeah, I'll change. I'm a pumpkin mage now. Yeah, Sable, I'm a pumpkin mage. Very silly since I'm inside the shop all day, but sunny weather helps me work faster. Maybe instead of making shorter sleeves. Maybe? Like, it's also kind of funny, like, I don't know what she's gonna say in response to me having even said that to her. She hasn't replied yet at the time of me, that I know of, at the time of me recording this. But I get the feeling even she's gonna be like, no, don't give up like that. I'm sure it's like, yeah. It's the thing though, like, I don't want to cling on to that hope, because then I'm just gonna forever be disappointed. Hey, you gonna move? I'll tell you something. In the fight with Simon, of course you did. Okay, Simon is never wrong, my man. Yeah, you were the only one to lose your cool. That means you were wrong. You gonna give him a gift as an apology? Go for it, man. Yeah, he definitely wasn't wrong if you were the one getting upset. I'm sorry to say, but if you're having an argument with someone and you're the only one getting upset, either the other person is completely stupid and you're wrong for getting into the argument with them, or you were the one in the wrong. Like... And Simon ain't stupid. So... Serrano's the one getting him. Simon's the one in the wrong. Serrano was just wrong. Simon's a good boy. Simon's not going around telling people their catchphrases suck. Glad to see you, Airmail. Wanna chat? Is that you? I heard hitting rocks yesterday over and over and over again, Airmail. You didn't break your shovel. Nah, I broke my shovel today. Broke it today. But yeah, like, I do understand even just hearing myself talk. It does sound like I've given up. I mean, yeah, it's probably not wrong to say. But like, I don't know. I clung onto that hope for so many years. And nothing really came of it. Well, I say that. For a while, I thought I had found my forever, and then that left. So, you know. Let's assess some fossils. So, yeah. Just one of those things. And like, I know that like, you know, that there is always a chance I should never give, but it's like, at this moment, like when it comes to say dating, I don't even want to date right now because I have no money. And maybe I'm a strange one, but I would like to have money to at least buy my partner gifts, you know. Which means I need a job. Getting a job means I'm not going to have any time. So, you know. Like, I know I'll still have days off, but those days off are going to be spent making sure that this channel keeps going, because I don't want to give up on this. Like, this channel has been my rock, my consistency, you know. This has been keeping me going. Gotta be real, a job would not do that. Jobs have too many breaks, you know. I don't know if I could mentally handle having 2 days or more where I'm just not doing anything. Like, I would go crazy. I need something to do every day to keep my brain busy. If my brain ain't busy, my brain gets thinking. When it gets thinking, I don't like it. Why it always gotta think of things that upset it, I don't know, but that's just what it does. 200 for a scarecrow, I'll take it. I want to sell. Okay. Itchy. Beards get randomly itchy. And I know what it is, but it's still annoying. It's basically like dead skin getting caught under them. Built up at like the skin level. And it makes them pretty itchy. Nice to see you again, honey. Got anything to say about the statue? Familiar statue. Isn't it amazing how art like this can make such an impact on the viewer? In a way, this piece is almost a symbol for Astera, don't you think, honey? Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty familiar island at this point. there's a lot of thunking that goes on here. That statue do be thunking. But yeah, like, someday I do want to, like, try sitting down with, like, Unity and just using free assets to try making some of the games I want to try to make. But I don't like the idea of doing that. Not that I don't like Unity. It's just I would rather have my own art assets, you know? Which basically means I would need the money to pay somebody to make me some unique art assets. Because, like, the way I think of it is like, okay, what's a reference you guys are gonna get? I can't believe I'm gonna make this reference. But think Skibidi Toilet. Hear me out. Don't click away. There's a point here. Where all of those models were made using bits of Gmod, at least for the primary models of everything. All of the merch, well, to anybody who has no idea what it is, they're going to be thinking, why is that Gmod person, you know, why is that source character's face coming out of a toilet? They're not gonna understand. Because, you know, why would they? If they only know source and what Valve has made, they're only gonna understand that, hey, that's a Valve asset. They're not gonna put the two and two together of, oh, this is this person's weird thing that became a massive sensation. There's my fishing rod. I burped it out of existence. How good I... So I'm drinking some orange soda today. Do like me a good orange soda. Too bad this is only a passable one, but, you know, it's alright. It's not amazing, but it's really not... It's not terrible. Not something I'd go out of my way to buy, but it's just a free thing that came with our grocery order, so... You know. I'll drink it. But, like... I wouldn't want to make something and then have it become popular while using a free asset. Because then I'm forever going to be tied to that free asset that has probably shown up in so many other people's games. You know? Like... It just doesn't feel right to me, because, like, I basically wouldn't be able to properly use anything I might accomplish if, say, whatever I make did somehow become popular. Like, quite honestly, just given the meme value of some of the horror games I want to make, I could see them gaining at least some level of traction. You know, the horror monster that you don't see for most of the game, but you hear just a clapping noise as it follows you around, and then as you finally see it near the end of the game, you realize that clapping was its cheeks the whole time, and it was just so dummy thick that you just heard the clap of its ass cheeks as it was following you. Like, I could see the shitposty nature of that causing people to like it, but, like, can you imagine if that monster design was just a generic asset with added assets on its ass? Like, you know, that would be disappointing. Because then I wouldn't be able to reuse that creature if that was a thing. It would make it easier for other people to get a hold of it. But, you know... Like, that's my thinking. And then there's some things I want to do, but I would need custom assets for. Like, I've talked about this one before, and if you've never heard of this thing, I encourage you to look it up. It's mildly terrifying. Woody, the talking Christmas tree. It's a staple of Nova Scotia. The thing is mildly terrifying. I kind of want to make a horror game about it and the mall that it tends to reside in, because I think that could be really cool. But I would need a model for Woody the Talking Christmas Tree, and I would also need to be able to create the layout of that mall. Because I would want the layout to be the layout of that mall. Being the Micmac Mall. Like, I would need so much created, and I'm simply not the guy for that. I could sit down and learn, yeah, but I've got other things I want to learn more that I feel would be more generally useful to me. You know, like other languages. Which just occurred to me, because of the change in process of the application for the place I applied to work, I literally had nowhere that I could even have possibly been like, oh yeah, I also can understand some Japanese. So apparently multilingual is not important anymore. I wonder if I should put that on my resume or something. I mean, that's also just part of it now being through a chat bot instead of being an actual application, but, you know. Because why would they have actual applications when they could have a chat bot you talk to instead? That makes so much more sense. So annoying. And, like, I know I've talked about this before, but there are some applications for AI that I'm all for. And there's some ways it could be used that, at the very least, in my situations, it's not being used. Maybe it's the weather or something, but I'm not in the mood to be alone. I could use a little company. But for having me over for a short visit? Sure. Like, if there was an AI plugin for Sony Vegas that I could use to have it take out the background track to, you know, whenever there just isn't, like, to my vocals, to any time I'm not talking, I would do that. Like, I would just have it do that on every video I make from here on out, as long as it doesn't move where they are in the timeline, so nothing gets out of place, just to remove any possible background noise that happens. Oh, before I forget, this isn't much, but I brought you a gift. Oh, you didn't have to bring me anything. A layered polo shirt. Just a little something to say thanks for having me over, Snort. Aww. It might be fun if we played a game. What do you think? Sounds great. Let's play high card, low card. Cardigan school uniform top. Okay. Very fitting. 3. Oh, but I'm feeling that 1, because 3 and 1 makes 4, and 4 is an amazing number. So it's going to be lower, and it's going to be the number 1. It's 5. 35. You did not won the prize this time, but I hope you still have fun. Let's play again soon. Of course. I guess you can make a statement with your wall and window decorations. Like what you've done around here, Butterbean. Mind if I borrow some of your ideas? Go ahead. Show you around the other rooms. But, like, that in my mind is a pretty good use for AI. But how we're using it now is just not. You know, without anything hanging on the wall, you can truly appreciate what wallpaper does for a room. How interesting, Snorty. I thought I had a clock in here. I guess I didn't. I need to put something on the wall in that room so they stop complaining. They just gotta always complain about my rooms. It's frickin' frack. Yeah, we got this room. We got my poop tools on the wall. Seems to be decorating soon. I'm studying what you're doing at the place to give me some ideas. Gyroids dancing around the poop wheel. Press my powerful wheel there. Until it's the kind of thing that shows sophistication. Now I believe it. You shouldn't. Will it be a good poop? No! The wheel spoke. Wheel spoke. Why do you think there's poop tools? Alright. Now, are there any more complaints about this room now that I put a chair in here? We got some wall furniture. We got some practical furniture. We got stuff. This place feels so comfortable that I may never go home, Snorty. I hope you know I'm just kidding. I promise I'd never overstay my welcome, at least on purpose. Ah, you're good. At least I no longer complain about that room. I've made that room complaint-free. Good. Gouda. Chatter. Right about this, taking a minimalist approach to decor. This is more they say about this sleek, open, and probably easy to clean. They keep clean. But this room used to be fine. Why do they suddenly not like it? I need to put more down here, I guess. And she's definitely going to complain about upstairs, because there's even... Well, no, I think there's actually more up here, because the wall decorations. But... Here's where you sleep at night. No. I sleep in the living room. Not the space room. Guess we should probably wrap up, huh? I had a lot of fun today. Alright, bye-bye. Sleep again sometime soon. See ya, Snorty. But, like, another use for AI that I'm not opposed to is, like, using, you know, having AI built into, say, an art program to assist with removing backgrounds from stuff for, like, photo edits and stuff. Like, sure, I'm all down for that. Because removing a background can be a major pain in the ass, and that is a way that it could be used to make life easier. I am all for AI being used to make life easier. What I'm not down for is, like, generative AI art bots spamming out slop minute after minute, second after second, that just, it's just slop. It's useless. It's not even claimable as your own because of how the laws around AI work. Like, it literally isn't even artistic expression, and if you believe otherwise, you're kind of delusional. Now, with that, it can be a nice way of getting prompts to then draw something yourself. If you take an AI prompt, get off of my island, and then turn that into, you know, your own thing by redrawing it, changing the design up, then, yeah, sure, I still wish you wouldn't use generative AI for that. You can take inspiration to make your own thing without generative AI, but sure, there's an argument there, and I'm okay with that argument. There's parts of it I don't like, but overall, I see that as almost no different from taking inspiration from the same artwork that the AI took inspiration from. You know, as long as you're still transforming it, sure, go ahead. I don't like it, but sure, go ahead. And, like, I'm not okay with, but I am okay with things like... So I'll get these turned back on, finally. I'm okay with things like, you know, character chatbots. The things I'm not okay with when it comes to that stuff, because AI is such a nuanced topic, and I am perfectly fine if any of you guys disagree with me on any of this. Like, it's your right to disagree if you want to. The thing I'm not okay with when it comes to like character AI and chat AIs that are trying to be your friend is when products start to be sold with those AIs as, oh, they're your next friend. No, they're not. They are not. They are an AI script that has been written to basically give you answers that you will want to hear. It is not your friend. We are nowhere near the point where AI can be your friend. We will get there someday. We will eventually reach the point where we have Data walking around. That being a Star Trek character, if you didn't know. But we are not there yet. We'll eventually get there. We're not there yet. When we do get there, we are going to have to ask ourselves some very tough questions. Because when we do get to the point of having AIs as advanced as, say, Data from Star Trek, where Data is by definition sentient, do you give that rights? In my mind, you have to at that point. It is sentient life created much as we create each other. Because we too are machines, just biological in origin. The whole body is a complex machine. Our brain is literally a puddle of goop with electricity cycling through it that creates thought. Well, what's a CPU in a computer but a rock that we're shoving electricity through and forcing to think? Like, you know, that's a very crude way of putting it, but it's also a very accurate way of putting it. Like, so if you get to the point where you have a sentient AI, one that actually knows where it is, what it's doing, isn't just programmed responses to those questions, then I feel like you have to give it rights. And I would argue the same rights I have. Because it's a living being, just like me at that point. You might disagree with that. And that's fine. That's part of those tough questions that as a species we're going to have to ask once we do actually reach that point. And we will. AI as it is today is as bad as it's ever going to be again. So it would be nice for us to start asking ourselves those questions now. Because that even does pertain into the whole generative AI thing. If you get a sentient AI, one that can actually think, one that is actually sentient, and it creates art, is that art? I don't know. I don't have a thought there yet. I haven't placed myself in the sand yet. I'm leaning towards its art, but I don't know. I'd have to know, like I'd have to see the AI, know how it works first. But if it learns the same way humans do, by walking around, observing artwork, seeing artwork, it functions at a similar rate to how humans function, then yeah, that would be art. Now, if it's like current generative AI, where it's just fed petabytes of art data in seconds and then just starts spitting out slop, nah, that's not art. It would have to learn how to make proper art. But if it's sentient, it could do that. So, you know. I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I know today's been all over the place and kind of depressing, and I do apologize for that. But it's just kind of how I am. This is just me. But yeah, I thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then.